Hello and welcome boys and girls, I'm playing Creemson Caldera, one of the longest map in entire Age of Wonders 4 campaign. For this map I decided to play as Dwarf Kings with a Bulwark and Ferocious trait. Bulwark gives extra 2 armor and resistance for units who are in a defensive mode, and the Ferocious increase damage with the retaliations and opportunity attacks. Because Creemson Caldera consists of a huge amount of mountains on its perimeter, I decided to play Industrialist so we can prosper all those mountains. And Industrious guys also have a natural bolstering resistance and defense, which work perfectly with our previous perks. There are multiple city-states on this map and I'd like to integrate some extra cities in our empire, that is why I picked Adaptive Settlers. And of course, Fable Hunters are extremely good option, which dramatically boost our tempo and it stacks well with a prospering. So our development will be rapid, we'll have really tough guys who can sustain in a distant crusade. I opened with the Tome of the Rock because of Earthskin, minor race transformation and Steel Skin that can be useful early game. Our leader is a Wizard King because we'll have to rely on a summons in a late game.
Ages ago, when the astral sea was still young, the Archons created a magical artifact. Forged in the fires of an elder dragon, the Gilder Coil served as an arcane compass, guiding the Archons through the currents between realms. According to legend, it still contains the echoes of their arcane journeys, and can lead those who hold it to forgotten places of sealed knowledge and magic. With its mysterious promise of power, the Gilder Coil fanned the greed of many rulers, until a daring Gaudier betrayed the Archons and stole the Gilder Coil from their celestial reliquary. Ever since then, all traces of the compass have been lost, as have those of the cunning thief who disappeared into the mists of time. Or so it seemed for many a lifetime. Lithil Nightweaver was the first of the Shadrai to find clues of the Gilder Coil's whereabouts. Myths leading to runic omens, leading to riddles. The Shadrai were persistent in their search, for too well did the Archon artifact fit into their unfolding plans. And they were rewarded. In the infernal world of Obidoth, there exists a realm known as the Creemson Caldera, where war is eternal. Here the Gilder Coil lay hidden, yet the Shadrai sought no open conflict with Obidoth's demonic princes. As they weighed their options, an ambitious Gaudier from their ranks volunteered to venture there alone, well aware of the prestige and power that could be gained within their order.
So we find ourselves on the Creemson Caldera and Lithil offer us help. I think the best option here is information. We just pay 50 mana for a map. Now I know exactly where to strike to conquer a few cities. As on the previous map, we start with a hero buyout, because somehow we still have 300 gold on the first turn. Even though I had a city-state right on my borders, I decided to go north to clear some territories first. Also, I think it is a good idea to have 3 to 4 scouts for prospecting. So with a poor army or an army full of scouts, it will be hard for us to achieve our conquest. That is why we need level 5 heroes, so we can have some summons and increase our military strength. Thanks for scouts, we can find some good items early game, which highly increase our heroes' efficiency. Okay, promotions for this build are Sentinel and Defensive Master, which grants you a defensive stance after you finish your moves. That means our Bulwark promotion will work on our heroes constantly. highly increasing their durability. Finally, turn 8 we make an assault on the first city-state and achieved glorious victory. Of course, Tail City will be integrated in our rising empire. Turn 11 we finally meet our first opponent, which triggers main quest. The plot is we meet opponent, cast a spell on him, find his weaknesses, use it to achieve victory. So I did everything Lethal told me, and kaboom! Now we know the weakness of a guy whose name I can't remember. First quest is to take control of that specific province, which already occupied by our enemy. Well, it's not exactly occupied, but we can't control that territory without removing outposts. And to be honest, all enemies here are overpowered. They will bring 6 armies out of nowhere and you'll have to win twice in a row, which is kinda hard. Let us hope we won't have that problem this time. While we were on a quest, I opened new Tome of Magic. You familiar with it, it's Tome of Faith, because it gives us extra healing and a mending touch ability. Because our units have a lot of armor, they will have a lot of effective health and of course effective healing. That is why I picked this tome, so we can out-heal damage we took in a strategic map or on a tactical map. Actually, extra healing works perfectly well when you're playing against AI. I can't explain why, but maybe because AI just can't focus fire. Finally, only 10-16 we cleared that outpost. I believe it is possible to do it way faster, but I wanted to have solid economy behind my back. Because without it, late game will be terribly hard. After securing our primary tasks, we can soak some XP from surroundings. That means we're gonna kill every single node creature we can find. I don't know why, but right after we cleared his outpost, Taliath surrendered. I think it was some kind of bug, because when I chose to add him as additional hero to my crew, he didn't appear. I loaded a couple of times and I think it's a major bug of this campaign. My whole battle plan was to collect as many heroes as possible, like from 4 to 6, so I can just use them and the summons to clear everything like in a previous campaign we played. But no, and because of bug I have a 1 hero less, and this was not just a hero, it was level 13 hero. So I'm kinda disappointed on how that quest ended. But well, we got things to do, so we'll move on. Next tome I picked is Tome of the Doom Herald. It's one of my favorite tomes and I pick it every single time I'm playing. I can't just handle myself to not give my units extra 30% damage with a cruel weaponry enchantment. Our company of heroes reached city-state Loria turn 21. Without any problems we cleared separated armies with auto-combat and besieged city. Day 24 garrison was defeated and we added an extra city to our empire. With a proper tomes build and hero leveling you won't have much manual combats, it is always auto combat, so I'm getting more experience than that, and unlike previous mobs we won't see much of manual combats this time. Day 25 we've met Carissa and casted a spell. So to defeat Carissa we just have to destroy a group of monsters. The only problem is they a bit too far, but thanks to a hero power leveling we'll deal with them in no time. I moved straight forward to a quest target and reached turn 26. Another amazing archer-resolving combat leads us to an easy victory. This time quest isn't bugged and Clarissa joins our hero party. She's a level 13 hero with amazing items. Of course, thanks to prospecting, we have a lot of items of our own, but her items are great as well. For her, I used the same promotions as I used for all of my heroes. Bolstering, obsidian, weaponry, and focus on a defense with a sentinel and defensive master perks. Talking shortly, I used every single perk that gives extra bonus damage or defense in melee combat. It is nothing special, there is no any tricks, but just adding all those perks, you have extremely strong hero. While we were on a quest, knowledge slowly accumulated. I picked Tome of Fertility because it has amazing regeneration spell, Blossom of Life. Because all of our heroes are walking fortress, even a tiny bit of regenerated health will be a massive problem for our opponents. While I was prospecting, I met Kir Uranor. He is the only leader on this map who can only be defeated by force. So we'll deal with him later. Frico Dionys is the fourth hero on a Crimson Caldera. To defeat him, we should just march far, far away and clear 3 nodes from monsters, while being attacked from all directions with 3 to 6 armies simultaneously. Easy peasy quest, Gotta go fast, but luckily for us, I added Pyre as my fourth city and we have base nearby. This makes this quest slightly easier. I reached first node, meeting no resistance and using road, which is amazing. Second objective was also not that hard to reach. Another auto combat and another glorious victory. Things are going way too good. I decided to gear up, and we need extra damage. I dismounted my heroes and used heavy weaponry and heavy armor, which you can't use on a mount. It is of course slow or advanced, but in a case of combat, and combat will be, we can make a stand. By that time, thanks to prospecting, I had a lot of extremely good tier 2 and even tier 3 items. So without hesitation, I swapped it and was ready to fight. I advanced further south and right after I built a temporary shelter, we've got a fight. 3 armies stood on our way, but, they just can't hold us. Another auto-resolved victory with an extra science on top of it. Third node was cleared and mighty demon appeared. I had to spend some Imperium to free noble lady's soul from this abomination. We earned some social credit points with that action. We don't really need any resources now. You can see that I have plenty of every single resource. Except of course maybe science. Now it's time to start another quest, the last quest. We have to deal with the Shrine of Smithing on the opposite side of the map. What the hell game? Give me a chill please. Luckily I remembered we can teleport our ruler's army to a capital, which I did. After a while I just passed through the rival city-state's territory straight to our goal. And as you might guess, with an auto combat, I easily defeated it. I got some reward, which is, to be honest, meaningless, and moved on a last quest. As usual, I built an outpost, just in case if something go wrong. We can also build a teleport there, but it will take enormous amount of time. We reached tier 4 tome, and I thought it would be a nice idea to get Gaia's chosen. But because we're about to finish the campaign map, I decided it would be nice to have some summons, so went for Tome of the Nature's Wrath, so I can summon Hornet God to reinforce our heroes. We stepped on an arc enemy territory 1051. 18 units army, not a big deal, just wiped them out. Biggest problem here is a siege, not because it's hard, but because it takes so much time for you to breach those walls. Luckily, I had enough Imperium to learn extra techs, and I got 4 siege project slots, which helped me to reduce siege turns necessary from 15 to 6. While I was besieging Dominus, I summoned few Hornet Gods. I don't think they will make a huge difference, but I was expecting 6 more armies to attack us. I was wrong, there was no 6 armies. Last Hope charge for AI wasn't that great, he'd blown apart and lost his city. I was a bit disappointed, but still achieved victory. We got some congratulations and further plans from all of the inhabitants of Crimson Caldera. I wasn't paying attention of what they were talking because they all lost and I achieved victory in 58 turns.
Thus, by the hands of the Shadrai, the wicked scheme of frigidinosis had been revealed, and the Gilder Coil was recovered. The Crimson Caldera had met its champion, and even the princes of Obadoth dared not interfere.